Hi, TubeWord here. Today I'm going to explain a Russian sci-fi comedy called The Perfect UN Guy. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. A young Russian woman named Sveta lives in a small apartment with her boyfriend Borya. Sveta recently quit her job at an auto showroom and is currently interviewing for a job at a multi-million robotic company. Her potential boss Vadim Sergeyevich is impressed by her intelligence and names her in his as manager for the next launch. Sveta is more than happy when she returns home. She enters her boyfriend fitness trainer and influencer Borya, who trains in her kitchen. Sveta repeats Borya's strange behavior but says nothing. A noise is heard from the bathroom that Borya claims to be a customer, but his lie is soon caught when a girl with only a towel comes out. Sveta looks at her boyfriend with watery eyes as he makes up excuses. She also notices that he hides a contraceptive package on the floor but does not call her for he. Borya clearly cheats on her, but Sveta is too emotionally attached to him to let it happen. He leaves. After the woman leaves, Borya prepares breakfast for them while an awkward silence prevails in the kitchen. Having had enough of Sveta's silence, he asks her to speak up and curse him because he merit. Sveta always insists that nothing is right in their relationship, which makes Borya even more furious. He hands her a slipper, urging her to hit him, but she refuses. Things heat up when he starts banging his head in the fridge and throws away his dumbbell off the balcony. It lands on someone's car and the couple is called downstairs to pay for it. Borya begins to argue with the man even though it was his fault. When Sveta stops him, he declares that they had broken up and leaves. Sveta is devastated, her morning mood changes completely and she starts crying. The next day is his first day of work. Her colleague Vita explains everything she has to do throughout the day. His first task is to unpack the human-like androids, synchronize them with their tablets and ask them for their model number. Androids are so similar to humans that they cannot be differentiated. The company has given them all their own personality and a specific thing in which they are good, so that once the number matches, she needs to scan the barcode behind their ears and send them to room number 21 for diagnosis. His neck, which was made of iron until now, begins to transform to look like a human. When the robot opens its eyes, it surprises Sveta. She's confused about what she should do next, but the intelligent robot briefs her. Sveta does what he says and sends him for evaluation. Then she opens a box with a beautiful model inside. She too is as smart as the first guy. In her third time, Sveta became familiar with the work and did it effectively. She unpacks a cook, a political leader, a maid and other robots. However, his skills are put to the test when a box with a friend doesn't want to say so. It's model number. He refuses to get up and says he just had a really horrible dream. Sveta believes he may have a defect and asks him to go to the evacuation room. But he declares that he is afraid and hugs her. She calls Vita and informs him of the situation. He hardly believes her until he sees the friend for himself. Upon checking, he discovers that the friend has the error number 102. The robot is scared because it could mean that they will demolish it to create a new and best robot. He begins to cry over the brevity of his life. Even crying, he compliments Sveta's beauty because he can't help it, flirtation and being friendly is coded in its program. Their boss Vadim Sergeyevich is called to the final verdict of the situation. He wants to send the defective man back to Japan, but Sveta retaliates, saying they can sell it at a discount due to the defect. Vadim Sergeyevich agrees and asks him to prepare the robots for potential customers. Then they are kept on platforms for an exhibition so that customers can chat with them and decide which one to get. Sveta is nervous because she has to introduce the robots to customers. She tells the friend that her confidence is low because her boyfriend just broke up with but he assures her that she will do very well. A rich woman comes to get a suitable robot and Sveta introduces her to the friend. She is skeptical about the purchase at first, but changes her mind when he flatters her with several compliments. However, while trying to gain her acceptance, the friend begins to become oddly sexual. However, the woman asks Sveta to pack him until she comes to pick him up. Later, while Sveta is working on her computer, the friend approaches her and apologizes for his inappropriate jokes. He also thanks her for being such a good saleswoman and compliments her talent. As they speak, he suggests that she buy it so they can be good friends forever. Sveta laughs and pretends he is out of his budget. The friend reveals that he made the inappropriate joke on purpose because if selected, he would never see her again. Then he gets closer to Sveta and kisses her on the lips, but she immediately backs off. Finally, they share an awkward hug and separate. The next day, the company organizes a parade to expose all the robots. The show was a success and most of them sold out quickly. At the end of the day, Vadim Sergeyevich is drunk and cannot go home himself. Vit offers to drive Vadim Sergeyevich and Sveta to their home. On the way back, Vit invites Sveta to a concert that will take place in 4 months. It is obvious that he began to love her. They sing songs throughout the journey. When they arrive at Sveta's apartment, Vadim Sergeyevich insists on taking her to his room. Although he is drunk, he falls asleep on the couch, so Sveta doesn't bother to wake him up and falls asleep herself. When she returns to work the next day, she is surprised to see that the woman has already taken the friend. Although this is her first successful sale and she should be happy, something doesn't feel right. Just then, she receives a text from the friend. He sent her a video thanking her for being his friend even if it was only for a day. He even recites a self-written poem for her. Sveta is left beaten after listening to her. She can't help but call her landlord with the excuse of watching him. The friend enthusiastically tells him that his owner makes him carry an animal. He says he misses her before hanging up. The next day, at work, its owner complains about the robot's behavior. The friend follows her behind and says he doesn't want to stay with her because she makes him wear stupid clothes and treats him like a slave, which harms his pride. Vadim Sergeyevich apologizes to the customer and provides her with a full refund. He is furious with the friend for making his business look bad. As he hits the robot, Sveta stops him, claiming that she will buy it instead. Over the next few days, she collects money from her friend Katya, her mother, and the bank and finally brings the friend home. At night, he sleeps on the floor next to his bed. They discuss a name for him and decide on Yegor. Sveta wakes up the next morning with Yegor and prepares a delicious breakfast for him. He sends her to work and texts her all day. The two slowly but surely fall in love. One evening, Sveta goes to spend time with her best friend Katya, who expects to be proposed to her boyfriend soon. She locks herself in the bathroom and watches the video. Yegor says he is now in Japan and he is happy. He also claims that he remembers all the time they spent together because they were the best moments of his life. Sveta watches the video with a smile on her face as Yegor sings for her in a Japanese warehouse. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel.